The coffee today is good. No, it's not Timmy's. It's a Timmy's mug, but it's Starbucks. Neither one is sponsoring the show, but if they would like to, feel free to contact me. Coffee's so good. Welcome back to Dark Corner Studios. My name is Aiden Wolf, and yes, I shaved it off. Not too happy about it. You know when you do something and you're instantly like, what have I done? Yeah, that's how I feel. It's you know what? It was hiding my other 5 chins. It's so annoying. Anyways, back to it. Sorry about the past couple weeks. It's been crazy over the holidays. Happy New Year to you and Merry Christmas and all that stuff. It's just been a whirlwind around here. I still have my day job, as you can tell by my subscriber count. All those little things, just family and everything got in the way. I've been meaning to do a couple different videos. One, I wanted to actually go over my analytics from the past year to show everybody what actual growth is like as a small YouTuber. If you're interested in anything like that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Now, going into 2019, you've probably seen a ton of these goals videos where YouTubers are talking about their goals going forward and what they're doing. And that's cool, but it doesn't really describe the kind of goals you should be setting for yourself. So let's take a look at 5 types of goals you should be setting for yourself as a small content creator. At the end of this video, I'll also share exactly what my goals are going to be, just so you can kind of get a feeling of how it's done. Ready? All right, let's do this.
This is Aiden Wolf.
Generally, when setting goals, you need to be realistic. I know it's really tempting to go, I want to have 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, but it's probably not going to happen. Now, I say probably because you never know. You could strike YouTube gold, or maybe your podcast just takes off and skyrockets into the atmosphere. But if you're like me, you're probably just going to have to work for it. And that means being able to take an objective look at your numbers now and seeing where you could be in a year. On top of that, you also want to make sure your goals are varied and make sense for the type of content you're putting out. Also, they're simplified, so there's not too much red tape getting in the way for you meeting those goals in the new year. All growth in all mediums is exponential, meaning if you make a certain amount of headway this year, you'll be able to make even more next year. Just keep that in mind when you're setting your goals as a small content creator. So let's get into the goals. Your first one should be a personal goal. Something you want to do better within your workflow. Maybe it's social media. Maybe you want to find out how to utilize social medias to be able to create more content that brings more people in. Maybe you want to take an editing course because the editing of the podcast or the video editing is just too much for you. That kind of a goal can set you up in the end. It might not bring more people listening or watching your content, but what it might do is free up some of your own time. Being able to set a personal goal like that will really help you in the end to just streamline how your content's being made and how it's getting out. Your second goal should be all about trying to get better numbers. And this one is one of the more popular goals, but sometimes it's not quite done properly. Now, one of the ways you are going to try to come up with a number that you want by the end of the year is by looking at how you've been growing so far. Let's say month over month, you've had a 5% increase in listenership or viewers. Okay, so if it's 5% month over month, then let's look at what we can do to build that up to maybe 10% a month. Maybe your goal is to have 10% more per month by December rather than an actual number. What these do is this gives you something palatable that you can shoot for, especially if you're a podcaster, because downloads are great and all, but they don't necessarily tell the whole story. Maybe you want to have more downloads from less unique visitors, meaning people are listening to more of your podcasts. And maybe if you're a YouTuber, you want to have more time viewed. Instead of views, you want to get more of the time viewed, so you want to keep people longer in your video. Those give you actual concrete ways to improve your content while at the same time either bringing more people in or bringing people in for longer. Another way to do this is just with subscriber counts or downloads. It's pretty simple. If you look at how you've been growing month over month, you can roughly calculate what you should be at by the end of the year if everything stays steady. give yourself an extra couple percent on top of that, and you have a goal. Remember, growth is exponential, meaning if you're growing at 5% today, you might not be growing at 5% in 6 months. Blowing a goal out of the water is fine, but you also want to make it a bit of a challenge for yourself so you can actually find ways to develop your content and develop your brand so that it does continually see growth. Your next goal is content-based. Maybe you've got an idea that's been floating around in your head for the past few months. You just haven't implemented yet. Or maybe you're looking at expanding some of the stuff you do with your content, your podcast or your YouTube channel. This might be a great time to have your content looked over by an independent eye, somebody that doesn't have an emotional connection to the content. And no, I don't mean your mom or your brother or your sister. Find somebody that can give you a hard critique and tell you what you need to change. This is a great goal to have for 2020 because if you are stagnant in your growth and maybe you're not getting the views or maybe you're not getting the downloads that you need, this is the time to fix it. All these goals that are content-based that can help you actually grow your content and turn it into something that everybody wants to see, or at least your niche wants to see. So find a goal that helps improve your content and make it happen. Okay, fine. Let's touch on money. Now, this can't be a specific goal. It's really hard to meet. This can be really frustrating if you aren't making money right now and you have no idea how much you can make going forward. So setting a goal of $10,000 in the next year might be unachievable or it might be achievable. One of the best ideas with any financial goal that you're going to make is taking small steps. For example, if you don't make any money, your goal should be to find an avenue to start monetizing your content. Goals like this are great because they're going to get you out and get you knocking on doors. They're going to get you looking at different avenues and trying to look critically at your content and see how you can monetize it. Maybe it's an Amazon affiliates link. Maybe it's actually going out and knocking on doors and trying to find somebody to promote your podcast or your YouTube channel. But if you aren't going to make this about actually making money, well, just give yourself a goal that is achievable in several different ways. So don't name a particular monetary value. Maybe look at it as I'm going to get more support for this show. Maybe the idea is you're going to have 20 patrons through Patreon this year. That's a great idea. Something that shows growth, but doesn't necessarily put that dollar value on that growth. And now the final goal is the best of them all, and this is the most fun. It's making a goal to upgrade. Take one piece of equipment or something within your whole production suite and upgrade it. Give yourself this goal for the end of the year so maybe you can save up your money for Black Friday or for Boxing Day, and then you can go out and you can actually confidently buy something without feeling like you're breaking the bank. Now, the first thing a lot of people are going to look at and they're going to say, I need a new microphone. And that is usually the one a lot of people go for. But instead of doing that, why don't you look at your whole setup and try to see what exactly is holding you back? You want to make sure that whatever you buy is going to either impact your time or your quality. Maybe you need a new desk for editing. Maybe you need a new Rodecaster Pro or a LiveTrack L8, something kind of flashy to make you feel good about what you're doing. Sure. Or maybe you just have a squeaky chair that you sit in. Something like that can actually create quite a boost for you when you're editing or you're shooting and you're not trying to get those squeaks out of the... Oh, it happens to me every time. Just make it attainable, whatever it is, and shoot for it. Now time for my goals. My resolution for me, the first one, is going to be to try to aim for one video a week. Now, this whole YouTube channel was launched way back about 2 years ago, but I didn't really start uploading in earnest until about July of this year. Now, I'm going to actually make it standard that I'm releasing one video a week while I'm still working my day job. Now, I've been showing growth on this channel, and yes, I will be talking about that in an upcoming video. But for now, I think one video a week and making sure that I'm doing the best content possible will help me grow even further to the point where I might actually be able to use AdSense here. It's a dream. Now, how I'm going to do this is probably going to be one of the tougher things I've got to do, but I'm probably going to be getting rid of video games in my life for the foreseeable future, which does kind of suck. I do enjoy playing from time to time or daily, whichever comes first. As for my second goal, being my growth, I want to take this channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Now, it kind of looks like a daunting task, But according to my numbers, it looks like I should be able to do that if I push a little bit harder and maybe if I'm a little more consistent with my uploads. So I think hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year is possible, but will take a bit of work. Now, for my content, this is an interesting one because, yeah, a lot of my content is this. A lot of my content is reviewing. But I kind of want to do a little bit more run and gun. And what that means is I want to do some build guides. I want to do some stuff that takes me away from this desk and maybe gets me a little bit more active out there. And I've actually picked up a Rode mic for my camera just so I can do just that. Now, a little bit of a behind the scenes thing. We just bought a house. We're moving into it in June or July. We're still doing some construction to it. We're fixing the kitchen, all that kind of stuff. But I'm also going to be installing a studio in the basement of that house. And I'm going to have to do it from the ground up. There's a portion of the basement that's all cinder blocks and concrete, and I'm going to build up my studio from that. So I figured I can do a build series on a home studio and maybe give you some ideas along the way of how it's done or how you might want to do it and probably how you might not want to do it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few of those lessons mixed in too. But I'm also going to be going over some of the practices of sound absorption and trying to eliminate the amount of reverb that you can get in a room. So come along for the ride, build it from the ground up, and let's see what we can do with it. So those are the kinds of content expansions that I want to do over the next 12 months. And I'm going to see how I can deliver this. And with your help, maybe we can make it something pretty cool. Money. Whew, this is a good one. I make absolutely nothing at this point. Now, I do have an Amazon affiliates link that is down in every one of my videos. By the way, if you want to help out, all you got to do is click that link. Anything you buy after you click that link will help me out. It's not a lot of money, but hey, if you get enough people doing it, it can add up over time. And it's one of those things that I've made a few bucks here and there, but definitely would love to see that start to go up. And along with the Amazon affiliates, I've also launched a Patreon page. And part of my goal is to reach 100 patrons by the end of this year. That's a huge uphill climb considering I'm at 0, but I think it's plausible. And I think it's something that this is warranting a community. This is something I've had a lot of community involvement with all my videos. And I think this might be pretty cool to get this community together and we can discuss things on more than just the YouTube channel. So yeah, I think that's going to be my growth going forward, is trying to expand on my Amazon affiliates and getting to 100 patrons. That's it. Those are my goals for the year. Wow, when you put it up like that, it kind of goes by quick, eh? Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, get subscribed, and I do have a lot more coming out over the next 12 months. So come along for the ride if you like. Also, down in the description, you'll see a link to my Patreon page. Any help you can give, even if it's just $1, it all goes to help this channel and help grow this channel to what it could be. Now, if you also want, there's always Amazon links down in every video description. Hey, if you're going to buy something anyways, why not do it through one of those links down south? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.